Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we're going to talk about making the subject with formula which requires factorizing first. So in this case, we need to factorize when we're trying to make the subject of formula. So we've pretty much been using that in some of the examples previously, but I did not highlight it, but in this case, it's going to be highlighted. And then you will now see the method or the skill that you need to hone in these examples. All right, so before I proceed, please don't forget to review previous video. It's very important. And also, if you've not liked, shared, and subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please do so that when I post the next video, you'll be the first person to know. Now, one of the things the most important thing here is that when you're changing the subject, you start by collecting the term you will need to factorize before proceeding further. So because, for instance, you might be asked to maybe make x out of the formula, but you notice that x is on both sides of the equation, all right? So you have to first make sure you collect both of them to be on one side, you factorize it, then you now proceed as normal, okay? So I'm going to solve some question here so that it will be easy for you to understand, okay? So let's pick some examples now, okay? So let's assume we have this. So we're told to make x the subject of the formula in the following. In each of the following cases. Okay, so let's start with this one. So we have this question here. Number one, we're now told that we have b x plus z is equal to c y plus x. Now, if you look at this, for instance, you can see that we have x on both sides of the equation. So the first thing we need to do, we need to expand. Then we now get all the x to one side. Then we now what? Factorize. Is that okay? So let's go now. So remember when we're in basic algebra, I told you how to expand the bracket. So it's going to be a times b, going to give you AB, and you have A times C is going to give you plus what? AC, all right? So you're going to do exactly the same thing here. So it's going to be B times X will give you what? BX. And we have B times Z is going to give us what? BZ. The same thing, we have C times Y, going to give us CY. And we have C times X is going to give us what? CX. Now we have to get all the x to one side. Is that making sense? So the best way to do it is that we can then subtract x from both sides so that we can, or you can take cx to cross over to the other side. So any method you want to, but I'm going to just subtract cx from both sides so that all the x is going to be on one side. So we're going to have bx minus cx plus bz is going to be equal to what? cy plus cx minus cx. So this is going to cancel out. Then you'll be left with bx minus cx plus bz is equal to what? cy. Now also we need to take away bz. So I'm going to subtract bz from both sides. So we're going to have bx minus cx plus bz minus bz will be equal to cy minus bz. So this will cancel that. Then at the end of the day, we then have bx will be equal to bx minus cx is equal to what? cy minus bz. So now you can see all the x's on one side of the equation and all the other variables on the other side. then we then factorize. So now this is the point now you now factorize, okay? So now you now factorize at this point. So what do you now do? So we now factorize the x out. So you're gonna have the x is gonna be out, and you'll be left with b minus c will be equal to cy minus what? bz. Then, in order to get rid of the b minus c, we divide both sides by what? b minus c. Are you seeing it? So this will cancel that. Then we now have the x will now be equal to then x will now be equal to cy minus bz divided by b minus c. And that will be the answer for that. Okay, so that is it. And that is the answer. So you just make sure that all the variables you're looking for are on one side, then before you then what? Factorize. All right, so let's pick another example. All right, so we have here number 2, we have z is equal to x minus a divided by x plus a. So by now, you know I'm going to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x plus a. And I'm going to multiply it here by x plus a as well. So we're going to have x plus a. So it's multiplied by what? Z will be equal to x minus a divided by x plus a. Okay. Then multiply by x plus a. So this will cancel that. Then we're now going to have z into bracket x plus a is equal to x minus a. So you can see as well in this case that we're having x on both sides. So we need to get rid of that. So we're going to expand the bracket on the left-hand side. Okay. So we're going to have z multiplied by x will give us zx. And z multiplied by a is going to give us what? za. Okay. Okay, it's going to give us za. Then equal to what? X minus a. All right. Then I'm going to get all the x together. So first thing first, I'm going to remove the za, or I'm going to remove the x from the right-hand side. So depending which one you want to do first. So let's just remove the za first. So we'll subtract za from both sides. Okay. Then it's going to give us zx plus za minus za is going to be equal to x minus a minus za. Okay. So if you now look at this, we then have to then cancel this out. This is going to go away. Then you're going to have we're going to have zx will be equal to x minus a minus za. Okay. So what's the next thing to do? We need to get rid of the x here. So we're going to subtract x from both sides. Okay. So we're then going to have zx minus x will be equal to x minus x minus a minus what? za. So this will cancel that. So we're going to have zx minus x is equal to minus a minus za. So as you can see now, we all have the x's on the left-hand side, and we have the other variables on the right-hand side. Now we then factorize, okay? So what is common here? We get the x out. Then we're going to have z minus 1. Are you seeing it? Will be equal to minus a minus za. Okay? Then to get rid of the z minus 1, we divide both sides by z minus 1. We divide both sides by what? Z minus 1. This will cancel out that. Then we're going to have x will now become minus a minus za divided by z minus 1. And that will be the answer for that. Okay, so you just keep following the process and you keep on doing it until you have all the x on one side, then you factorize, then you what? Solve it. All right, let's pick one more example for this and then we'll now finish it up. Okay, so this will be number 3. Okay, let's just pick one more. So we have number 3. So number 3, we have x divided by b is equal to x divided by z minus 5. So as you can tell, I'm going to get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply through by bz. I'll multiply this by bz, and I'll multiply this by bz, okay? So it's going to become bz, then multiplied by x over b will be equal to bz multiplied by x over z minus, we now have bz multiplied by 5. Okay, so we're going to cancel out. So this, the b will cancel out here. Okay, the z will cancel out this. So you're going to have xz will be equal to xb minus, you're going to have 5bz. All right, so we need to take xb from this side. So we're going to subtract xb from both sides. So we'll get it out of the right-hand side. Then we then have this to be xz minus xb will be equal to xb minus xb minus 5bz. So this is going to cancel out that. So we're going to have xz minus xb is equal to minus 5bz. Okay, now we have all the x's on one side. So now we can now factorize. So x is the common factor. So we have z minus what? B will be equal to minus 5bz. All right. Now to get rid of this z minus b, we divide both sides by what? Z minus b. Divide both sides by z minus b. So this will cancel out that. Then the final answer then we'll now have is going to be x will be equal to minus 5bz divided by what? Z minus b. And that'll be the answer for that. Okay, and that is that for that. And that are the concepts on how to, when you have to factorize again. All right, so that is it. Please go to the textbook, go to the worksheet, try and solve more questions. If you have anyone that you're really struggling with and you're not really sure, please don't hesitate to contact me and I'm gonna try and do it with you. Or you can put it in the comment section and other subscribers can also help you out. All right, thank you very much. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. Please do not hesitate to contact me and don't forget to click the notification bell so that when I post the next video, you'll be the first person to know. See you soon.